your July 2026 intake is actually coming so close. Your friend actually got the visa already and your file is still in the delayed or the stopped process. But when you see your application, it obviously shows that it's already received by the Department of Home Affairs in Australia. Your agent is saying, just wait, your visa will be there soon. Your parents are already asking that when your visa gonna be there, and your mindset is going to be straight towards the worst thought, just in case maybe my Australia's dream will never be successful, will never be possible. So listen carefully, because this video is for all the people who are actually waiting for their student visa, especially in July 2026 intake, and they are in the state of either their visa are delayed or they have no updates what's happening behind the scenes and what's the future process. But you know what, the dangerous part is not this. The dangerous part is that sometimes visa delay is not actually just random. It's actually a long queue system behind everything that's happening right now in the, I would say, Australian student visas market, right? Because your provider matters, your COE matters, your university matters, your timing, actually your plan actually matters a lot, and obviously your GSR, your genuine student requirement test, obviously matters a lot. And if you don't understand this whole process, then one day there will be the scenario when you will be thinking that the university's deadline to enroll in a particular course that you were thinking to go in has just passed out, right? The deadline is over. So that's something that you don't want to go into. Also, this video is not actually there to scare you, but it's mainly made to make you think properly and plan accordingly what's the future that you might think related to your visas. So in this video we'll be talking about so many points, so let's go forward. Hey guys, hello, welcome back to another video. This is your KapsLock, and today we are back with another video. As I mentioned in the start, that this video is not to scare you, but there's gonna be so much, I would say, not just information, some guidance that I can give you from my behalf, what things are going on right now, especially in the visa market if you're applying as a student in Australia. Additionally, the biggest mistake I have been seeing personally right now that students are making right now, they are comparing their visa timelines with their friends a lot. And every time this happens, because they say terms like, my friend just got their visa in 12 days, I applied to the same city, same university, similar kind of application, but still I have not got the visa yet. And then agent says that your visa will be there soon. Someone from random social media handle, or people like us, just being honest, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they mention that your visa will be just there, but it's not happening with you particularly as an individual. So what to do? So right now, stop, listen to this particular strategy and try not to be panicked. Also, let me tell you, same country does not mean the same case, same intake does not mean the same case, and same agent still does not mean the same case. Same course name also does not mean the same case, because every person has different academics, financials, answers, interview questions, not just questions, I would say interview questions, reactions, how they provide. Additionally, they have different timelines what they are following. Financial condition, obviously one of the biggest reason, but your visa can prove how differently you are getting monitored by the DHA, your course package, your lodgement date, your documents, your GS answers, your character checks, your background checks, your academics, your financials. So today I'll be explaining everything in the simple language as an elder brother. So no complicated policy lecture, no false hope, no don't worry bro, everything is fine. No, not this kind of attitude. Rather, we will be talking about how students are getting confused and how things are getting managed, and what you as an individual can do. Look forward as your July intake visa would be coming soon. So let's start. First part, stop comparing your visa file with your friends. Yes, let me be really honest. This is where students mess up the most, right? Because one student gets the visa really quickly and the other does not. Everyone starts panicking. What's happening right now? I'm not getting the visa, obviously. Then am I wrong somewhere? Have I lodged the file improperly? Is my provider not fine? So one thing you need to always remember, especially in the visa cases, your friend's visa is not a benchmark, right? Different provider, different COE, different financial conditions, different GS answers, different country risk as well, different places where you belong, different background story, different academics, everything is different. So students look at only one thing, visa launch date. Usually I have seen, even in my comment sections, I make different kind of videos, I've noticed this, that people students, I would say, directly come into the comment section and they say, I lost my visa on, for example, 15th of May. And another student would be replying in the same comment saying, I lost the same date. One got the visa, one don't. There's so many other factors which you're not noticing as an individual. That's why you're not able to get the visa. And obviously, you cannot judge the whole personality, the whole visa application. You cannot justify it just by the lodgement date, because it's more like two people are having same day, but one has fever one day, one has surgery, one has random blood test, one has specialist check. So different needs require different solutions. That's how things work. And additionally, I want to mention that you should stop using WhatsApp groups. Trust me, I'm not saying stop using as in like totally, but stop using for a panic state to come into yourself. Because not for the facts, but social media is good to understand student stress, yes, but it's also cannot predicting your visa lodgement and your visa application acceptance or refusal. And also, even your agent cannot force your home affairs to jump directly to your particular case, because so your mindset shift should be in a way, don't ask why this particular friend of mine got the visa early. Rather, you should ask that what queue am I in, what provider am I under, is my file complete, what is my university deadline. This is more like a smarter question list. Another part is, let's break this 28 days processing time myth, because everyone think visa application usually take 28 days, especially when you see it online, but this is not necessary. 28 days, yes, it's a rough number, but it does not guarantee, it's not a promise. It's not a personal deadline. It's a median value. It's an average value. That's how the average value would be looking when you're applying for a visa. If everything is fine, it can be less as well. So you never know. It can be more, it can be less, but that's the average value. So for example, from 0 to 100, the average value is 50. And also, when you search up online, and even in my videos, I've been saying that processing times always vary. Some locations might experience delays, especially because of their backgrounds, whatever they have done. Their statistics, yes. Peak periods obviously can see slow results. This is a peak period. July is a peak period. Incomplete files obviously see delayed results, and sometimes really high number of refusals. Extra checks, especially when there's extra scrutiny happening. Last year in February, if you remember, 2024, it was extra scrutiny. The numbers were decreased, and those things were slowing down the visa process a lot. So when a student say, but bro, website says 28 days, I understand the frustration, but you're reading just the number like a guarantee. That's a mistake. That's not true. So again, your waiting time depends on your priority system, your provider, your documentations, your career. So don't just sit and start counting 28 days from the date you lodged your visa. That's not true. That's not how are you going to get the visa, and that's not how they are sitting like, okay, today we need to approve this student, yes or no. Nah, that's not how it works. A better way to think is 25 days, yes, guide is a guideline, but it's not a promise, it's not a guarantee. And it also does not automatically means that you're getting refused. No, it means check your file, check your provider, check your emails, always, especially spam emails. Make sure to check. You never know. Check your immigration account. Some agents never give the details to the individuals and the students when they're applying for visas. Always try to ask your immigration account details, credentials, so that you can check by yourself how your process is going on. And that's legally, technically, I guess you can take. Make sure to ask to your whatever lawyer you're under. And yeah, pray to God. That's the best thing. So one more thing, I have talked about this before as well. Let's talk it again. MD 115, Ministerial Direction 115. So I know this name sounds boring, but Ministerial Direction 115, it's a very government type wording. So I have talked about this in earlier videos. In simple words, this is more like for offshore students from 14th of November 2025. This is like a priority system, priority processing system, and it means that simple. It helps deciding whether which application would be looking at a faster pace, not because who gets approved, not who gets refused. It's like speed. It's like a keyword, right? It's a filter of 3 kind of levels example, and obviously priority affects the speed. If you're in the priority, if you're in the top level, you will be getting faster results. Also, priority does not mean instant final outcome, but yes, you need to understand that if someone says I'm at priority 2 means rejection, no. If someone says I'm at priority 3 means visa gone, no. If someone says I'm from TAFE, it means guaranteed visa, no. Again, no. Priority is like a processing order. Your documents, your genuine students' answers, your finances, academics, career, these things actually matter. And obviously, priority 1, faster, priority 2, little slower, priority 3, the slowest. And for information, Home Affairs gives a rough processing commencement ideas like the windows. which is priority 1 will be getting the results like from 1 to 4 weeks. Priority 2 would be getting 5 to 6 weeks, 5 to 8 weeks, and priority 3 would be getting the results from 9 to 12 weeks. So that's like an average time stamp you should take care in your mind, depending on your application obviously. But again, as I mentioned, even in the peak times these might vary, right? Like right now it's a peak time, so many students are coming in Australia, so one may be in the faster queue, one may be in the slower queue, one may be in the really extra checks queue. Just be there, be, I would say, resilient to all the things that you listen to, and keep working hard and keep the patience. So one more point is how your provider can affect your waiting time. Let's talk on this. So many students don't understand this, that your visa delay is not just about you, it's just not about your academics or financials, it's about your provider as well, your university, your college, your institution. That matters. Under the current system, provider allocation matters. Yes, Australia has a managed system for international students. 2026 national planning level, I've talked about this so many times in the videos. The government has set different overseas student commencements that are technically expected from different providers. In easy words, they are like allocations of the numbers of the seats they have right now, and it's like a whole year. So 2026 had a certain value, which was, I believe, 2,95,000. So it's for the whole year, but February has already taken its intake. Now the leftover is fighting for the July intake. This matters a lot. And in simple language, if a provider, for example a university, RMIT, has reached its threshold value, the number of the seats they had, if they have reached that value, then the applications linked to that provider will be treated not as a higher priority. But if the provider has not reached the maximum capacity level, then obviously your files and the priority will be faster and stronger. And also, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying the provider with a slow priority means the education is bad. No, it does not mean visa refusal. It does not mean the university is unsafe. It does not mean the education is not good. It means the queue for offshore visa processing is different on different providers. That's set by the government, not by me. So that's it. Same country, same education, same university, same courses. It's just different priority levels set by the DHA. So you might think what you should do as a student, right? If you are applying for higher education or dual sector education, check the Department of Home Affairs status page. It's usually regularly updated. So if you are a VET student and you cannot find a provider status publicly, ask your provider in writing. Just a simple message: hey, can you please confirm that whether this particular provider has reached its visa prioritization threshold under the current visa processing time? No phone call, no WhatsApp, just email. Write them. Take it as a proof, because later you might need it as a record, just in case, for example, you got delayed or you got refused because of this priority section. So if you have the emails written, next time you apply for the visa, you can say that, hey, that time I applied, but because of the provider's threshold value sections, which government has set, not because of my mistake, I could not get the chance to go and study in that education provider. But again, I'm applying for the next year so that I can see, yes, we have more allocations available, and then I can apply for this particular provider again. That's how you can try. That's why I always say put email and take it as proof. Don't just delete those emails as well. One more thing, the package course trap. Let's talk on this. So this one is actually very important, because if you're doing a package course, don't assume that the first course decides everything. Example, you may have LE course first, then diploma, then bachelor, or diploma first, you never know, and then masters or the pathway first, then your main degree. So many students think that my first course is ELICOS, ELICOS, so my visa will be processed under ELICOS priority. Not always, it's not the case. For packaged courses, the COE matters more. It's not the course, and the main COE is usually under the final course in the whole package. So this is where students end up thinking wrongly, and that's how they look at the wrong provider. That's how they look at the COE at the first place, but they build expectations from that, and that's not true in the end. So the visa timeline does not match according to their parallel expectations which they have set in their mind, and then obviously the panic starts. The visa is stuck in a state and you are in a package. Check your main COE always, not just the first course of this whole package course. So it's more like a packaged course trap. And always ask your agent which COE is being treated as my main COE. Provider priority applies to my particular package course. Is my final course provider affecting my priority or no? You need to ask these questions from your agents. And if your agent might not be able to explain this in the simple language, that's a problem. Because bro, this is your visa, this is your career, your future, your money, your parents. So you need to act. And always say, don't just nod your head whenever an agent say big words. You might regret in the later time. Another part is delay does not directly mean that you're getting refused. Understand this. How? Delayed visa might you think that it's a refusal, but no. Many students panic, yes, because the status is not changing. Obviously, they think the silence means bad news. Not always, because sometimes your file is still waiting under the queue. Your file processing has not even started. Sometimes you're getting checked by the particular officer, or maybe they are waiting for some more information which they have emailed you. So at the same time, I always ask people not to be careless, rather see delay as an opportunity of explaining yourself more. How? Most of the cases they send you email back and they ask for more documents. So always think by yourself, not get relied on the agent as well a lot. You need to check, because I always say keep your immigration account. So it is your application and your visa, right? So go to your immigration account, don't oversource your brain, right? Go to your immigration account, go to messages, go to attachments, go to dates, check your dates, check your attachments, check your passport details, check the spelling, check if health exam is done or no, check if biometrics are required, check if any request is pending, check if it's S56, which means they need more documents from your side to explain your particular case. This sees as an opportunity. What do you want? You want your visa to be delayed and with no reaction, or you want your visa to be delayed but get an S56 so that they are technically asking more documents. Then you provide this document, then they re-verify, everything's getting rectified, and then they give you the visa approval. That's your thing. And yes, I always say genuine students still matter. As always, Australia needs genuine students. Australia needs prepared students. So you need to be one of them. So yeah, in conclusion, Australia has not simply stopped student visas. No, this is too dramatic statement, I would rather not say. But yes, system is strict. Yes, things are changing. And yes, visas are getting delayed. That's true. I see the comment section every day. Sorry, my throat is not well, I believe. But I want you to understand these particular things which I mentioned. Make sure to share this video to at least one person in your connection who's actually applying for his or her visa, and then it might make some differences. And if you are the one who is seeing this video, make sure to like this video, share this video to your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more information. And I'll see you in the next video.